Call the May 20th, 2025 regular board meeting of Glencoe Park District to order. Lisa, please call the roll and note the time.
Commissioner Bourne,
Yes.
Commissioner Covey is maybe calling in later, but he's absent right now. Commissioner Schneider,
Here.
Commissioner Spector,
Here.
President Spain.
Here, and since Michael is not attending now, do we want
And
to?
you do approval 10 via
Approval.
if he calls in,
Okay, sure.
or I'll help. I'll call him.
I entertain a motion to approve Michael Covey to attend the meeting via phone conference. So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Bourne,
Yes.
Commissioner Schneider,
Yes.
Commissioner Spector.
Here.
President Spain.
Okay, yes, motion passes. Okay, consent agenda items A through G are routine or discussed and advanced from committee. You'll see there were a few additional items there today. Does any commissioner want any item pulled from the consent agenda items? Okay. Hearing none, I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items as presented. So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Bourne,
Yes.
Commissioner Schneider,
Yes.
Commissioner Spector,
Yes.
President Spain.
Yes, okay, motion passes. I see we have a lot of guests today. If anyone's not here for the new or outgoing board members and has a comment to make, this is your time. If you're here to recognize everyone, we will proceed later in the agenda. Oh, no. This is if it's not about recognizing board members. That will be later in the agenda, just checking. Thank you. Okay, great. So what we are going to do now, and Lisa, we're going to change the order a bit so Stephanie's daughter can be
Oh,
here.
yeah, it's fine.
So
Keep me on my toes.
what we're going to do next is we're going to be reading some resolutions to recognize our outgoing board members. So Lisa, did you want me to read these standing up or
Yeah,
the podium, or how are we doing this?
you can read them here and then we can
Okay.
give gifts.
All right, sounds good. Well, Bart, I'm going to start with you. So we have a resolution honoring the commissioner service of Bart Schneider. Whereas Bart Schneider has given exemplary voluntary service, an elected park commissioner from June 15th, 2021 to May 20th, 2025. Whereas in realization of his commitment of time, energy, and expertise to the betterment of services and facilities of the district, where during his tenure, he served as chair of the Lakefront Advisory Group. Whereas Bart's contributions to the redevelopment of the Connect Glencoe Trail, Veterans Memorial Park, Duke Park, Lakefront Park Playground, and Milton Park Playground provided an endless amount of joy and memories for the residents of Glencoe. Whereas his contribution to the construction of addition of amenities to the district, including Weinberg Recreation Center and pickleball courts, provided recreational opportunities for generations to come. Whereas during his tenure, the Glencoe Park District earned the Illinois Distinguished Accredited Agency Award in 2025 and the National Gold Medal Award for Excellence in Park and Recreation Management finalist in 2025. Whereas Bart was instrumental in the passage of a vital infrastructure improvement referendum for $14.7 million by 70% of the vote, which provides renovations to the park's maintenance facility, beach improvements, and needed park improvements. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Glencoe Park District Board of Commissioners, representing all the residents of the Park District, recognize the meritorious service of Bart Schneider and record it in the permanent records of the Glencoe Park District for all to see. This resolution shall be in full force and in effect immediately upon its passage. Thank you, Bart, for your service. And, we can open this to discussion, but Bart, I have to say that I always appreciate your attention to detail. You highlight everything in the packet. And you not only read the packet, but you bring in additional research to the meetings. And you are so thoughtful and you really think about the community. And I think you provide a valuable perspective that, maybe sometimes is different than other board members, but it's really valuable and important to have multiple perspectives on the board. And you've just been so dedicated, clearly, about doing the right thing for the park district and the right thing for the staff. And we're going to miss you.
Well, thank you. The only regret I have is that was an excellent recognition that you read, but I'm already retired, so I can't use it in applying for other jobs. Other than that, it's been a wonderful 4 years, and I really enjoyed. I mean, it doesn't get much better than working with gold medal finalists and winners and beating budgets for everything they do. So, yeah, it's wonderful to have been part of this process.
I would like to say a few things. So the staff and I gathered today, so I'm going to speak on behalf of all of us here. First of all, thank you for your 4 years of service. Again, we also appreciate your attention to detail. That was a theme for both of us, and your analytical approach to everything that we gave you. I could count on you to deep dive into issues, and we would have great conversations prior to board meetings. What I really liked during those conversations is that you always had an open mind and were willing to see both sides and hear the explanation and then share your side of it. And you never shied away from learning something new. And as a board member, we all really appreciated that. You're always open to new ideas and ways of doing things. And your focus and appreciation for the quality services was very much noted and valued. We really appreciate that. You were such a strong supporter of all staff at the Park District and always encouraged us to strive for excellence. And we really need a board that gets behind us when we do that. I will really miss you. We will all miss you. And we really thank you for your time.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's been a wonderful 4 years, and projects, big construction projects, financings, whole new programs, recognition at conventions for financial excellence. And yeah, it's been just a wonderful opportunity. And I'm so excited for Glencoe to have this level of quality in our community. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. And I'll open up for any comments from the public after reading the resolutions.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, great. I hope your daughter comes. Okay. I've got Jordan. Okay. A resolution honoring the commissioner service of Jordan Spector. Whereas Jordan Spector has given exemplary voluntary service as an elected park commissioner from May 16th, 2023 to May 20th, 2025. Whereas in realization of his commitment of time, energy, and expertise to the betterment of services and facilities of the district, where during his tenure, whereas Jordan's contributions to the redevelopment of Lakefront Park Playground and Milton Park Playground provided an endless amount of joy and memories for the residents of Glencoe. Whereas his contribution to the construction of addition of amenities to the district, including Weinberg Recreation Center and pickleball courts, provided recreational opportunities for generations to come and demonstrated commitment and expertise in facility security. Whereas during his tenure, the Glencoe Park District earned the Illinois Distinguished Accredited Agency Award in 2025 and the National Gold Medal Award for Excellence in Park and Recreation Management finalist in 2025. Whereas Jordan was instrumental in the passage of a vital infrastructure improvement referendum for $14.7 million by 70% of the vote, which provide renovations to the park's maintenance facility, beach improvements, and needed park improvements. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Glencoe Park District Board of Commissioners, representing all the residents of the Park District, recognize the meritorious service of Jordan Spector and record it in the permanent records of the Glencoe Park District for all to see. This resolution shall be in full force and in effect immediately upon its passage. Thank you, Jordan.
Been a fun ride.
You know, Jordan, I have to say one thing that I've been really grateful for is that you have really put in a lot of time. There are a lot of things like conferences, meeting with other elected representatives, attending, different events, and you always volunteer to put in the time. This is a big commitment to be available for both the committee meetings and board meetings, and when called upon to put in the additional time for other, events and volunteer opportunities, you almost always raised your hand as willing to do that, and clearly willing to represent the Park District, learn everything you could about being an effective board member. And again, I think it's important to have all perspectives on the board, and you had a perspective that would be often different than us on the board, and shared that during the meetings, and had ideas about how we could improve security for the Park District. So I really appreciate your contributions. Thank you so much.
I'm happy to do it.
I swear we did not talk before, so I'm sorry about some of the repetition. Because I'm like, boy, just say, okay, let's check that one off. No, I just want to thank you for your service. I so appreciate your interest in learning about our profession. You are new to the Park District world. You attended NRPA and IPRA and the sessions, and took time to talk to us at those conferences and learn more about what park recreation is all about, both from the professional side and from the board side. And we really, really appreciated that. Your interest in legislative matters was very much appreciated. All I needed to do is give you a call and say, hey, I've had legislative breakfast. Would you come with me? Or I need to go talk to the senator or a representative. And you were always fast to volunteer, and you were there and advocating on our behalf. And, we got the OSLAD grant. Those things matter when they see our commissioners show up to those things. So appreciate that. You really leave a lasting legacy on your contribution for security at the district, and always willing to share your industry knowledge on security and actually training protocols. We had many discussions with our team as we really wanted to improve those areas. And I don't think I know we couldn't have achieved what we have in the last 2 years without your insight and bringing those things front to mind. And, hey, you really have to think about this. And I think the community, our events, our facilities are much safer because of your time on the board. So that's something that you left a lasting legacy for. So thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Wow. No, it's been,
Cool.
You guys made it easy. The staff is phenomenal. So this was not difficult. The board was phenomenal. No, it was a joy to do. And I did have a lasting impression. Great.
You did.
As long as our children are safe and this staff is safe, I can go to sleep at night pretty happy. So
Absolutely.
One comment, there was a point where we were discussing security, and as Lisa said, I tended to get deep into analysis, and I was having a lot of trouble with security issues that we might have. And when you get into difficult situations, at some point, you have to take a leap of faith. You're doing the right thing. And I'm not sure I would have gotten there if it weren't for Jordan, and just having your knowledge and expertise and saying, this is the best we can do. And, this is the reasonable approach. It was like, okay, I don't know this area and you do. And it made a big difference to me. And I said, okay,
I think it was the beach one that was the biggest with you.
Yeah, I don't know, it was, but I appreciate your insights meant a lot to me.
Appreciate it.
So, thank you.
Stephanie, do you want me to stall?
We can
We're
take,
good.
is she here? We can take pictures with
Do we have
them.
anyone
really
else
quick.
going out?
She's in the building, so she'll find her.
How about do you want to take pictures with them first and then, okay, all right.
Okay.
She's just lost.
Okay, well, I just thought, well, you know what you can do is you'll be getting a copy of the resolution, and you can tell her to read it. Yes. Okay, a resolution honoring the commissioner's service of Stephanie Boran. Whereas Stephanie Boran has given exemplary voluntary service, an elected park commissioner from May 16th, 2017 It's a long time ago, to May 20th, 2025. Whereas in realization of her commitment of time, energy, and expertise to the betterment of services and facilities of the district, where during her tenure, she served as vice president from 2017 to 2025. Whereas Stephanie's contributions to the redevelopment of Astor Park, Vernon Playground, Old Elm Playground, Woodlawn Park, Takeif Early Childhood Playground and Trail, Duke Park, Glencoe Trail, Lakefront Park Playground and tennis courts, and Milton Park Playground provided an endless amount of joy and memories for the residents of Glencoe. Whereas her contribution to the addition of amenities to the district, including Glencoe Fitness Center and renovations to the Takeif Community Center and Weinberg Recreation Center, provided recreational opportunities for generations to come. Whereas Stephanie's exceptional leadership as vice president during the COVID-19 pandemic, where she provided sound advice and recommendations to the district and provided for a swift reopening to offer programming in desperate need by parents and the community. Whereas during her tenure, the Glencoe Park District earned the Illinois Distinguished Accredited Agency Award in 2019 and 2025 as the National Gold Medal Award for Excellence in Park and Recreation Management in 2019 and finalist in 2025. Whereas Stephanie was instrumental in the passage of a vital infrastructure improvement referendum for $14.7 million by 70% of the vote, which provides renovations to the park's maintenance facility, beach improvements, and needed park improvements. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Glencoe Park District Board of Commissioners, representing all the residents of the Park District, recognize the meritorious service of Stephanie Boron and record it in the permanent records of the Glencoe Park District for all to see. This resolution shall be in full force and in effect immediately upon its passage. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah.
And I should say for all of the commissioners, thank you to the families for making the effort to allow these members to be able to be present at the meetings. I know it's a whole family effort sometimes with children to
Yes, it is.
someone to be out of the house. Stephanie, I was kind of making a comment about the time, and 8 years is a lot of service. So thank you. And that's been really valuable. I think having the history on the board is really valuable. And it was like, for me, for example, it was always interesting for you to have that history and share it. Well, when we discussed this before, or we had this discussion, you always added that perspective. I also think that one of the lasting legacies you'll have is the encouragement of pickleball in the community. And you have a significant cohort in Glencoe who's grateful for your time on the board. And I have to say, I really respect and appreciate your attention to fiscal awareness and conservatism. We are a very privileged community, and the resources we have and what we have to offer that allows us to be one of the reasons, in addition to the staff, that allows us to be such a wonderful park district. But really understanding that, everything we do, or a lot of what we do, not everything, is funded by taxpayer dollars. And, we are charged with spending that money prudently and in the best interest of the community. And you were always there to defend that cause. So again, really valuable voice to have you on the board, and appreciate your contributions.
Excellent. Okay, so my turn. This again from my team. 8 years. That's a heck of a long time. And that's why you got so many whereases. So I'm not going to repeat all those. But first, I want to say I so enjoyed watching your girls grow up using our programs and facilities that you helped shape. So it's been a pleasure. I can't believe one of them's just finished their freshman year. That blows me away. You brought a unique perspective to playground design and equipment. Very passionate about that. Always advocating for the newest, exciting piece of equipment. You worked so hard on trying to find a way to make that dog park happen. Sorry, we didn't get that one done for you. You advocated There's still time. You have like a minute. You advocated for pickleball when very few even knew what pickleball was. So we appreciate that and providing that very popular amenity to the community. Again, as Carol said, I appreciate your conscientious approach to finance, except when it came to the aforementioned playground equipment that you really wanted. Price was not a concern, especially if anything was spinny. So you always wanted to make sure you got spinny. Sorry, this is Michael. He's on the phone now. So Michael, I'm just recognizing or roasting Stephanie right now. So, okay. You were on the board when we achieved the Park District first ever distinguished accreditation and gold medal. Not an easy thing. And I hope you recognize how special that is, that many park districts never even get to be a finalist, let alone awarded that, and very few go for accreditation. So your support of the staff in going for both of those was very much appreciated, and the work that you put into it, that does not come easily, and it's a lot of work both on the board and the staff. So hope you appreciate and understand that that's a lasting legacy that you leave for this park district for years to come. I will surely miss you at meetings because you're never shy of sharing your opinion, which even when it's not the most popular, that was really hard to do as a commissioner. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate you saying, even if it's 4-1, you're like, no, this is what I believe, and this is what I believe the community needs. And you weren't shy about that. And that takes a lot of guts. And I appreciate those guts in the last 8 years, and made some really good discussions. You made your board members think twice and really dig deep if that was the right thing to do. So really going to miss you on the board. 8 years is a long time, and really got into a rhythm. So I know that you're excited not to have Tuesday night board meetings. I'm sure your husband and daughters are very excited to have you back on Tuesday nights. So I hope you now enjoy all the fine things that this park district offers for your family.
Thank you. And you took one of the things I was going to say because you called me on it. It's so true. So when I first moved to Glencoe, I came to a park board meeting and they were talking about Friends Park and what they were going to do with Friends Park. And I stood up because I had my opinions. And that was like my first introduction to the park district. And then you've heard the story many times. So I stalked Andre at the train station and heard him saying that they needed some younger board members, which at the time I was younger. So I like found out who he was and I emailed him, and then we like went for coffee, and then I, started coming to meetings and meeting with the caucus. So that's how I got involved. But like you said, I really appreciate, I have a lot of opinions. I'm not shy about it. I appreciate everyone respecting those opinions and listening to those opinions for 8 years. The staff, you guys are tremendous. So the village is in very good hands. And to the new board members, welcome. I'm around if you ever want to talk about anything or have questions. And thank you, Carol. You've been great. You're like made for this role. So,
Oh,
and
thank you.
And thank you. It's been a pleasure to serve with everyone. So thank you.
Can I make a comment?
Yep.
There's one thing that stands out in my mind. As you said, you always make your opinions known, but you also had the benefit, which I admire, of 8 years of service. And something came up, and I won't get into the details, but the board members are aware of it, where we were pricing something we had to generate revenue. And there was a number proposed that you, based on something similar a few years before, said, well, that's not the way we did it before. I mean, I'm impressed with your memory that you could just go back and go, oh yeah. And you said, here's the number should be. And that's what we ended up with. And I'm not going to mention the number, but you significantly moved the needle financially and created a tremendous benefit for the park district. So I just vividly remember that. And it's like, wow, I wish I'd said that. That was very impressive. So thank you very much.
Great. Well, if there aren't any further comments, I would love it if anybody from the public has any comments to make.
No, we want this.
Yeah, okay. Andre and I debated about who should go first, and he's more long-winded, so I decided that I would go first. So nice to see you. I will say the last 2 years watching you, President Carroll, head this board and seeing what has happened in and from the Park District over the last 2 years, I would say it has gone from strength to strength. It's never been this good. I think I will attribute it to me leaving, or who knows what else, just whatever it is. So the first time I met Stephanie, she said Stephanie Boron rhymes with moron, which is so cute. And I thought, oh, we're going to be friends. And we have had such a great time together working. And I've always appreciated, as you know, the way you, as you said, speak your mind and don't take any remarks personally. You just stick to what. Actually, you're very stubborn. Have you noticed that? She's a very stubborn woman. But we'll always have Indiana. And I will say, whenever I see that spinner and I drive by that park on Woodlawn, I think, oh my God, Stephanie just stuck to her guns and said, we need this. It's not dangerous, it's fun. And that's exactly right. And it was so much fun serving with you and watching what you've done these last 2 years, and look forward to you being a civilian, as I am, and get to watch all the good work that all of you do. And most people don't realize it, the amount of actual work it is. Somebody had said, didn't you say there were how many meetings in the last 8 years? Just board meetings. Yeah, that's a lot. Sorry, Carol, that's kind of a bummer. That's a lot of, okay, Bart, you were such a good guy to work with. I appreciated all that the way that you did your job. We started off on a funky foot. We were sort of at odds in the very beginning, but I grew to really appreciate your analytic mind and the way you provided service to the community. And I appreciate it, as I will for the new folks coming in. I will think about them working. I don't know who in here is going to be doing it, but I will appreciate their work too. And Jordan, I never got to really work with you, but I know a huge sacrifice to leave a young family to come to these meetings and do the packets and do the work. There's a reason we don't have a lot of young people doing it. They just can't. So certainly I've appreciated you serving for 2 years. It's a blessing to the community. And so happy to see all 4 of you lined up and still doing your job. I think of you, and actually I saw you today, Bobby Collins. Isn't that weird? It reminded me I had to come here, so that was sort of serendipitous. So thank you for your service, for all the people who don't really know all that you do and how much work it is. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and if I have a chance, I tell other people how much work it is. And best of luck to those who are off to other things and to the new ones coming on.
Thanks. I want to say just a few brief words. First of all, thank the 3 retiring commissioners for your service, Jordan, Stephanie, Bart. Just share a couple of stories. Stephanie, it's been a while since I'm talking to Kathy Doyle about the difficulty in finding good park candidates, and you tapped me on the shoulder. Excuse me, Mr. Lerman. I may be interested. And I said, well, that's my dad, but sure, let's have a cup of coffee. But you impressed me so much by speaking up, and as I watched you as a commissioner, I think one of your strengths is you found your voice, right? You were able to speak up and advocate. I know for the playground out here, you were able to speak up when you disagreed with the majority of the board and staff. And the rap on you when you were coming for a second term is people really admired that. They admired how you spoke up and how you found your voice. So thank you very much for your service. You really, I was proud to know you and be a part of this your experience. So thank you very much. And Bart, served with you on the caucus. You were chair of the village nominating committee. And I know when in another cycle, Lisa and I were saying, who would be a good park district commissioner? And I said, well, I know Bart. And he says, well, can you talk to him? And when I talked to Bart, he made me promise that that this park district was not dysfunctional like when I first got on the board and he was observing it. And I said, Bart, this is 180 degrees. You have the best of the best staff, the best executive director, a functioning board, a healthy park district. And you just kind of grabbed onto it. You were a good voice for the baby boomers. Thank you very much. And your critical thinking and wisdom really added a lot to the park board. Thank you for saying yes. So I really appreciate that. I also want to say just a couple of quick words. Congratulations to the newly elected commissioners, Gary, Nicole, and Jackie. Again, just like we were talking about here, one of the advice I would give to you is find your voice, right? Your job is not only to advocate for things you want to achieve, but also sometimes stopping goofy things from happening. Think slow. Ask the question, what could go wrong? And if you need to slow process down and say, let's vote on that next meeting, that's okay too. It's better to kind of be deliberative and bring your critical thinking, but think slow. And certainly, you're going to have meetings when there's nobody here, but you need to act as if the room is full of people and everybody's watching, because trust me, we're watching. So always imagine the community is here, even if you have meetings when there's nobody here. And finally, just a anecdote. So when I stepped off the board and Lisa Brooks said, well, tell Lisa Shepherd what you really think for now that you're off the board. I said, well, I agreed with 90% of what staff came up with and disagreed with the other 10%. And sometimes we tussled a little bit, right? Maybe worse than that. And afterwards, I realized that staff and Lisa, they were right at least half the time. That extra. And Lisa said, that's the highest and best compliment anybody's ever paid me. So you have a role to be a partner with staff and to advocate for the community. And sometimes you're going to have a different opinion. Don't be shy to speak up. That gets better outcomes. The board, that's what the community elected you to do. And that's what staff is asking you to do too. So, it is speak up, find your voice, bring your critical thinking. You guys are terrific. I met with each of you. I think the caucus did a great job in identifying 3 phenomenal candidates. Thank you for volunteering. You'll have fun and you'll have a real good board. I think this is going to be a real good incoming board. So with that, thank you very much. And thank you guys, the staff as well.
Thank you so much.
As long as I could talk, like literally, my mom has been on the park district board, and I really saw I can't really remember that well, but I saw a really good change in the parks around Glencoe. And as a kid, it was really fun for me to enjoy the fun features. And some of the most fun ones I've been on were created by my mom. And the idea was pitched by my mom, at least from what she's told me. And and it just makes me really happy to be able to enjoy the parks and know that my mom was a big part of my favorite features. And it makes me sad to see her go, because I always tell my friends who play sports at the Take-A Center that when they walk in, my mom's face will be on the board by the front desk. But I know it's your time to go, and I love you, and you've done a really good job.
So I wasn't gonna make a speech, but Ava did, so now I have to do one. But Mom, I'm really proud of you. Good job on all that you've done for 8 years, and uh, I like what you did for the parks, and also like Ava, I like telling my friends that you're the vice president and that you can get me jobs. So thanks for that. But I love you. So yeah, love you.
Which one did I hit with a microphone one time at a part, the most embarrassing, yeah, moment, yeah, wounding the board member's child. So I appreciate you not firing me after that.
If there aren't any further,
else?
anything else? If there aren't any further comments, we have
We'll go up one by one.
one by
Yeah,
one.
and take a picture so we can
All
get a
right,
picture.
great.
So your choice.
Well, we'll go in the same order.
Okay.
Bart,
But
you want to go? We
I
have
did have,
Oh, you want to say something?
yeah, I
Okay,
had,
yeah,
I had
go
some,
ahead.
yeah, I had some
Please.
comments. So this, and I'll send you a copy of these.
I love it.
So
take your time. This is your moment on the board, Bart.
my moment on the board.
You gotta use it.
This is my last 5 minutes.
Andre did it for 30 minutes, so,
So, and I'm a victim of my past, and as people said, I tend to be very detailed and analytical. So one of the things I thought of, I told Lisa, I remember what one of the board members, a comment they made 4 years ago about their advice moving forward. And I won't repeat it because you remember that and not what I'm going to tell you. And I didn't agree with it anyway. But I thought about what would the 3 new board members potentially appreciate hearing? And I'll give copies of this to Lisa and Carol. Or I have extra copies if you want to have it. But there's 2 things that were really sort of big picture, and they may not appear to you right away. But one of them is, I was very fortunate when I came here. Lisa Brooks said, I need someone to do Lisa Shepard's performance evaluation. And I said, sure, I'd be glad to do it. And I realized after I did it, and I did it for 3 years in a row, which I enjoyed, but I would actually encourage you to rotate, one of you do it for each of the next 3 years. And instead of, this is sort of like a TV series that comes on every 2 weeks. But if you, and it's hard to put it all together, but if you do Lisa's performance evaluation, which is really the evaluation of the park district, it gives you an opportunity to dive deeper into the numbers. It gives you an opportunity to look at the whole year, compare it to last year, compare it to next year, and analyze it. Like, how much money are we getting from the government? How much are we generating on our own? And I found it just invaluable to have a deeper understanding of sort of the key issues and measurements. So hopefully you remember and think about that of doing her performance evaluation. But I have to warn you, I didn't use the standard 1-page form. Mine was single space, 3.5 pages. So, I don't know if you want to do that or not, but you will learn a tremendous amount and it will help you the whole time you're on the board. Another thing was, how do you get a first impression of a group? And I heard about the National Gold Medal Award before, but I never really quite understood it. And so I guess I was trying to think of a way to, how do you get that? What's something you need to do to be a finalist for the National Gold Medal? And I just pared it down. And I said one of many examples is, over the last 4 years, Glencoe Park District always met its 4 annual budgets and all of its numerous project budgets. And that's a big deal. I mean, that's just a really big deal. And it shows the caliber of this team. And it also will hopefully keep you from worrying that when you go, gee, can we count on these numbers? No one can guarantee that they'll hit their numbers, but they have an incredible record. They know how to do the analysis and hit their numbers. The final thing is going to sound confused and a little bit off topic, but the board in annual meetings and also in executive session spent a lot of time talking about salary compensation. And there's 2 things that you should think about when you're looking at salaries. And this doesn't sound exciting, but believe me, when it comes to budget time, you'll say, where are those notes that Bart wrote? but one of them is you should, inflation has been much higher and it's gone up and down. You really should look at the rate of inflation as you're looking at the proposed level of increase in salaries. Because what you probably will find is that the proposed increase in salaries that staff has is probably pretty close to the rate of inflation. And the other thing to look at is what is the employee attrition? There's market factors. And I won't go into anything further because right now you say this guy's time is up, because it's not very exciting, but you may want to look at this in January when you're looking at the new budget. So yeah, thank you all very much. And thanks for the ideas and insights, and hopefully something I shared is helpful.
Thank you, Bart. And
Thank you.
thanks for your continued dedication, even in your last comments. All right, so we have copies of the resolution as well as a gift to
Mhm.
present.
Yep.
So Bart, would you like to
You
come
go
up
first.
first for a photo?
Yep. You. Yep.
Let me give you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That this board advocated. It took a long time, so appreciate it. Okay, so it's really good. Yeah. Please don't leave until.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Can I make?
Yes, please.
So I had surgery about 6 months ago, and Lisa kindly ordered a plant, which I still have. It's doing phenomenally well, and I hardly ignored it about just it's great. So I would say thank you very much.
Jordan. We'll do dedication. We won't take a picture.
Really bad.
All right. Did we take our name tags with us?
Yeah, if you want to leave a name tag with you?
Yeah.
Okay, you can take a name tag with you.
All right. Well, thanks. Let's do one more. Pause for now.
You stay to the very end as we experience the new commissioners, and we have a special surprise or initial video. So, okay.
Okay. What did you say? All right, great. Lisa, as board secretary, will administer the oath of office. Lisa will call up the new commissioner and they will join Lisa at the front of the board tables. Lisa will give the oath in repeatable segments. It makes a good photo. Yeah.
And that I will well faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Park District Commissioner to the best of my ability. Congratulations. You're gonna take a seat. You're gonna go back and so on. Yes.
Wake
Members coming up.
Doesn't matter. Nobody has an office yet. Anyway. I haven't voted on it.
I just moved it. I know, no, it's fine.
Elected office. Sure. You hereby solemnly declare and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois. That I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of office of Park District Commissioner to the best of my ability. Congratulations. You can take a seat. Tell me if it works. All right, big hole. Yes. Okay. Your name. I've been elected to office of Park District Commissioner of Glencoe Park District of County of Illinois. Hereby solemnly declare and affirm that I support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois. That I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Park Commissioner to the best of my ability. Mr. Commissioner, to that time, congratulations.
Still you. Okay, I'm going to call Michael really quick because he wanted to be a part of this one. Hi, Michael. Okay, we're gonna do the election of president and vice president now. So I, as board secretary, it's my pleasure to open nominations for president of the board. Are there any nominations for president?
I nominate Carol Spain.
Hearing the nomination for Carol Spain, I need a second.
Second.
Any other further nominations? Yep, we're good. Hearing no further nominations, the nomination president are closed. As board secretary, it's my pleasure to open nominations for vice president of the board. Are there any nominations for vice president?
Michael Colby.
Can I have a second for Michael?
I second it.
Carrie seconded. Any other nominations? Hearing no further nominations, the nomination for vice president are closed. Do both parties agree to be president and vice president? That's what you, Yes? That's what you
Yes.
said? Okay, we're good to go. I request a motion to approve Carol Spain as president and Michael Covey as vice president. We have someone to move. Anybody say so moved? Oh,
So
okay,
moved.
Okay, second?
Second.
Perfect. I'm going to do a roll call. Oh, I have a new list. Okay, sorry if I butcher your names. I will get better. Commissioner Covey? Yes. Commissioner Reithman?
Yes.
Commissioner Vietia Guzman?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
is that close enough? Okay, I'm getting better. I'll get better, I promise. And Commissioner Hazen
Yes.
and President Spain.
Yes.
Sorry, I have to write all these down. Okay. And Spain, yes. Okay, perfect. All right.
All right, motion passes.
Thank you, Michael.
Congratulations, Michael.
You don't. Thank you. Have a good retreat. Bye.
All right, next we're on to the appointment of officers and representatives. I move to appoint Jackie Avitia Guzman as treasurer, Dirk Price of Ansel Glink as attorney and ethics officer, Lisa Shepard as secretary to the board, executive director, Carol Spain as representative to the Glencoe Plan Commission, Lisa Shepard and Erica Durgazi as Freedom of Information Act officers, and Lisa Shepard as NSSRA liaison, Glencoe Park District representative. Can I have a motion?
I second.
Or can someone move?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
It's okay.
first time.
Who's going to move?
So moved.
So moved.
Perfect. Second?
Second.
Okay.
All right, great. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner, oh my gosh, Hazen?
Yes.
Commissioner Vietia Guzman?
Yes.
Commissioner Reithman?
Yes.
President Spain?
Yes. Okay, motion passes. Congratulations, everyone, on your new roles. I move to appoint Nicole Reif. Is it Reifman or Reifman? Reifman? Reifman. Thank you. I'm
We'll get it.
sorry. I'll try to remember that. As Glencoe Beach and Lakefront Advisory Committee Chair, Michael Covey as Early Childhood Advisory Group Chair. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
I second.
Here we go.
Roll call vote, please.
Get these down. Okay. Commissioner Hazen?
Yes.
Commissioner Avitia Guzman, is that right? Is that
Yes.
Close enough? Okay, well, it'll get better. Commissioner Reithman
Yes.
and President Spain.
Yes. Okay. Next, I entertain a motion to approve resolution number 974. Stephanie Boron, Commissioner Service, resolution number 975. Bart Schneider, Commissioner Service, and resolution number 976. Jordan Spector, Commissioner Service.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All right, great. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Reithman,
Yes.
Commissioner, I'm gonna get this one. Avitia Guzman,
Yes.
so close. Commissioner Hazen
Yes.
and President Spain.
Yes. Next, we have the financial report on the agenda. Tonight, we have chosen to move ahead without a verbal report, but it was available in the board packet. Does anyone have any questions about it that they would like to cover? Okay. Same for the executive director report. No verbal report will be given tonight, but it was in the packet. Does anybody have anything that they have questions about? Okay. Hearing none, next on the business, we have a very exciting presentation of the gold medal video.
Absolutely. So we're very excited. This is hot off the presses. Thank you to our team, our wonderful team that put a lot of work in, especially Erin, who arranged a local Glencoe gentleman to do the videography and work with us on this script. So kudos to her and the entire team. So let's roll.
Some folks believe in miracles. We believe in young children, grade school students, young adults, adults of all ages, and goats. Every day we show up like it's the finals of the World Cup, except instead of trophies, we're handing out ice skates, preschool spots, and beach passes.
Our goal: enrich lives, build community, create joy, and share recreation 365 days a year.
We believe if you build a happy space, people will come. When bids came in over budget, over 100 neighbors chipped in to help us renovate this space. Because belief, like pickleball and after-school care, is better when it's shared.
As a longtime Glencoe resident, my family has participated in all aspects of the Park District, from preschool to the beach, to the gorgeous parks in every neighborhood, summer camp, all kinds of programs the Park District offers. For me, the greatest destination at the Park District has been the Ceramic Studio, and it has enriched our lives in every possible way.
I've always appreciated how the Park District manages our tax dollars thoughtfully and responsibly. They've consistently shown a commitment to maintaining what we have while planning carefully for the future, investing wisely in the improvements that benefit everyone in this whole community.
We love the Park District, from preschool to after-school care programs to skating in the winter, swimming at the beach, to tennis, dance, painting, sculpting, and art classes, and team sports. It keeps my family active and engaged in recreational play year-round. We love attending the special events because of the sense of community and belonging they provide.
Checking out Glencoe beach passes from the library balances the need for user fees, essential for maintaining the lakefront's beauty and quality, with the importance of ensuring everyone in the community can enjoy it. By using the library card to check out a pass, anyone, regardless of financial ability, can access Lake Michigan's natural beauty.
I've had my toddlers in the playgrounds. I've used the beach, and I find that as I go through a different stage in my life, I look for different things in the parks. I would say now that my kids are grown and moved out, I am looking more towards keeping open space, making it walkable.
Park District means to me a great sense of pride, and then also a tremendous amount of community.
With the help of the Glencoe Park District, the Glencoe Historical Society was able to save this Frank Lloyd Wright designed cottage from demolition and preserve its architectural legacy for the next generation.
From sensory rooms and accessible spaces to offering beach passes to be checked out of the library, we believe Glencoe Park District is for everyone, not just some. We believe in open doors and keeping people safe behind them. You don't need a soccer pitch or a British accent to believe in people. You just need a community that shows up for everyone. Believe the Glencoe way. More than programs, more than parks. People first, always.
Part of the requirements was to highlight what's in your application and be creative. And I think we accomplished both of those through our very unique way of using Ted Lasso. So I hope y'all appreciate that. It'll be submitted on Friday which is the deadline to the Academy.
Excellent.
Thank
you. Okay, well, with that, I think, which, by the way, I think we're all like, wow, that was really good.
I'm like, all right.
Silence. No, it was very good.
Okay, good.
Jeez. It's kind of moving.
It is. You're supposed to get, that's what you're supposed to get feels. Did you get feels? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. We just needed a moment, Lisa. That's all.
The voice.
Who's the voice? He's we never met him. From the Blue Man Group, we heard. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was great. It was really well done. And I hope we can find a way to show that to the whole community, but we have to wait, right?
Wait till after Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
After Friday, we'll publish it. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds great.
Absolutely.
No, that's something to be very proud of. And there's a lot to celebrate there. So I hope we get the gold medal.
Yeah. So do I. We'll see.
Okay.
September.
All right. So there's no reason to enter into closed session. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All right. Motion passes. Let's have a celebration together. All
Excellent.
right.
Thank you
everyone.
all.
Good job with the motion for this. Hey.